Will has cerebral palsy. He has optic nerve hyperplasia, so he's pretty much blind. He can see a little bit, light and dark, black and white, silver, and so if he saw something, if he saw tinsel, he'd probably look up. He doesn't have any hearing problems, so it's mainly sight. He's got epilepsy, he's got quite major scoliosis, he's got sleep apnea. Will is very easygoing, very thoughtful. I think he's actually emotionally quite a deep little boy, although he doesn't communicate. So someone might say, well, how do you know that? I don't know, I just get this sense about him. He's very happy, he's very social, he loves social interaction, he loves being out and about. He doesn't have any behavioural problems, so for me, I'm grateful for that. I think the physical part's very hard, but the emotional side of things is not. Grant and I had gone to a neurologist appointment at Westmead, and we just thought it was a regular checkup, and they do all the usual things. They ask the child, do they know their name, and they put a face cloth on the child's face, and the child's supposed to pull it off, and he didn't do that, and we both started to feel a little bit uptight, and we'd already said we were going to have lunch together afterwards, and the neurologist said to us, have you heard of cerebral palsy? And we both went, well, sort of. And she said, well, I think Will's got cerebral palsy. And she said, but don't worry, it doesn't mean he won't walk. And I looked at her and I said, I thought all children walk. At 4 months we knew there was something wrong, at 3 months probably. So the blindness was the first disability we knew about, and we just said that's fine, there are blind cricket players, there are blind athletes, that's fine. But then it started to unfold that he had a movement disorder and cerebral palsy. Then we were going to move closer to where Will's brother's schools were, so in the forest area, and we said to the spastic centre apparently don't tell you, or CPA it is now, they don't tell you that your child's not going to walk for quite a while, but because we were going to sell up and move, I really needed to know whether we could buy a double-storey house. And I rang the physiotherapist this particular day and I just said, look, we're moving and I need to know, do I buy a single level or a double level, double storey? And she said single level, and that was the day we found out, he wasn't going to walk. So it was sort of like a nightmare that just unfolds and keeps unfolding. Look, I thought I was invincible. I've always been a very strong, very tough person. I've had a lot of back issues and a lot of sciatica. And then last March, I thought I turned 50, I better have a mammogram, and just had a routine mammogram and went for the first test and went for the second test, and I still thought it wasn't going to be me, and it turned out that I had breast cancer. And I suppose that shocked me more than anything, because while I was under a lot of emotional stress and pressure with the separation, I actually thought that I was coping well. So, I view that as just my immune system literally couldn't cope. Having Will, probably 90% of the time, with chemo, the very heavy chemos, I'd go in on the Monday and I'd have the Tuesday off, and sometimes the Wednesday, but most of the time I worked the whole time. The whole 6 months of chemo I worked. I felt that respite is very difficult to get. It's very difficult last minute to get. I was assisted as much as I possibly could be, and I was just so grateful for that. But what kept me going was the fact that Will needs me. It's not optional. Look, Wesley is the one respite cottage that I feel incredibly relaxed with, and the fact that a lot of those women are teachers or teachers' aides. Tracy knows Will backwards, and you know, the relief of actually leaving him with someone that knows him and that knows the way he is, because every one of these children are different. The way they eat is different, the way they communicate is different. They're so unique. Wesley is one place that sometimes I don't even ring at night to see how he is, because I just know he's absolutely fine, or I might forget to ring and I think, well, that's fine, I don't have to worry. Thank you, Wesley Mission, for providing respite for my son.